What is going on, everyone? Welcome back on Blog Gems. So today I want to talk about some upcoming projects that are super early stage that you want to watch out for. But before we jump into those names and those projects, I want to discuss a little bit of history on the previous calls that appeared on this channel and the kind of return, the kind of value that they produced for us. And I want to discuss something that I haven't touched upon before. In February 15th, I have talked about the likelihood of Atsuki becoming a blue chip project. And of course, right now, it is obvious that Atsuki is a blue chip project. It is obvious to everyone in the NFT space. But at the time, it was not so obvious. It was a project that had launched just a few weeks earlier that, yes, it was very hyped, very interesting, but it wasn't that obvious that it would have become some very prominent name in the NFT space or so important in the NFT space in general. So at the time, I pulled out this chart and I said, guys, I'm using exactly the same chart that I used so many times on this channel before to tell you this project could be a blue chip project. Why? Because it has been trending for 5 consecutive weeks in the top 10 projects in terms of volume per week. So I have called that project back then. I said in the following weeks there could be buying opportunities for this project, and this project could do well in the long run. You can go ahead and fact check me. It could become a very good, very established name in the space. Let's go here. February the 15th, 12.4 buying opportunities in the upcoming weeks. And now look at the kind of returns that we would have had. Okay, now this is not the first time that I use this chart and exactly the same logic, exactly the same playbook to name a collection that might become a blue chip in the space. I've done exactly the same for Clone X. So Clone X was mentioned on this channel at the end of January when I said this might become a very important name in the space. We were trading at around 8 Ether. Right now, we are trading at around 14 Ether. So these are the kind of returns that we could look at when we are discussing future blue chip projects or projects that might become very established names. Okay. Another call that really is interesting in my opinion because it's a completely different game. It's pre-launch projects. So we are going from blue chip projects to pre-launch projects now, is Deeppies. I said I don't like the project. I don't think it has a very interesting future, but the crowd right now likes it. There is enough word of mouth around it and it might sell out. Exactly what I tweeted, okay? And if we go and check Deeppies, what we see here is right now it's down a lot, and I don't think it will recover. Never liked the project. But I said it might sell out, it might do well at the beginning, and it did. So why do I have such conviction for this project? And if you look at this channel, you see that I don't call so many projects. I just make very few high conviction calls because I have so many tools that are helping me, and I make these tools freely available for now in the Blog Gems community, which you can find a link to in the description down below. And exactly these tools have suggested me few words as one project to look out for. And so right now I'm talking about projects that I would be interested into researching more closely, looking forward into the future. One of them, as I said, is Fjord. I like this project because it is from an artist called Fiocius that was particularly famous at the beginning of 2021 when the entire conversation around NFTs was revolving mostly around centralized marketplaces such as Nifty Gateway, such as Maker's Place, and I believe that this project could do well. But this is already quite of a famous project. It has a quite large following. Another project that has a very, very small following right now is Mirakai. And this project reminds me, for the way it looks right now, reminds me of the earlier Anata NFT. Why do I say that? We called Anata NFT when it was at around 2,700 followers. There was just a black profile picture, a black background picture for the Twitter page, and we said this is cool. Something is brewing here because so many OGs of the NFT space are following this project. This is exactly what I think about this project right now. Very, very small following. OGs are following this project. How do I know when OGs are following a particular project when it's still under the radar? I use Onyx, which is a tool that I have personally developed and I make available for free for now in our community. So go ahead and check it out, because I think that it has been making absurd calls. So this is one of the projects that I feel confident enough to talk about on this channel. Again, I make very few calls, but I want to talk about the things that I deem interesting, and this is one of them. Another project is OKPC NFT. This is quite large already, 5,700 followers, not as big as Fuel World, but I've seen already some buzz around this project, also in our community, but also somewhere else. Again, not something that you would consider exactly mainstream. So I would like to discuss with you guys projects that are early on in the development phase, so that you have enough time for you to place your bets, right? Or to understand which kind of efforts you want to put in a project for a whitelist, for grinding, for research, anything that you like. With that being said, guys, I hope that this kind of content is useful for you to make your own research. And if that is the case, please come and check out our tools in the BlockGems Discord community, which you can find a link to in the description down below. I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao.